2023 is the year that UK rap officially passed US rap. Now, yes, in terms of numbers, America is still number one and probably will be for a little bit, but I don't see it lasting for much longer. When you look at the field of UK rap versus the field of US rap, UK rap looks a lot more promising over the next 5 to 10 years than the US does, in my opinion. Now, yes, at the top of the heap, you still have the big dogs like a Kendrick, a Drake, a J. Cole, even the others like Pusha T and Tyler, the Creator, who have been having great years. Some oddballs out there like a Smino or a Larry June, who's been having a great run recently. But I think the quality of music coming out of the UK right now is miles and miles better than the US. And it's not just one artist, it's multiple artists doing it. Stormzy just dropped Toxic Trait with Fredo, and I think he's about to drop pretty soon. Dave just dropped Split Decisions with Central C, and Sprinter was the #1 fastest streaming song in the UK ever. J Hus just dropped a single with Drake and is supposed to be dropping soon. Little Sims dropped at the end of 2022, and her album has been doing very well for the first half of the year. I just think that the top of the heap in the UK is coming for everybody's spot. I think the #1 streaming rapper in the UK right now is Central C in terms of numbers, and it was just reported that he signed to Columbia, and he just got on the XXL cover this week. And I think that those are two big signs of the tides changing, right? On the XXL cover, Central C is the biggest artist out of all of them. Pause. He's the biggest artist on the list. He is more popular than everybody else on it. And I can't remember a year in recent memory where an artist outside of America has been bigger on the XXL cover. And obviously that's not the only indicator, but I think it is a indicator, right? There was somebody who tweeted, I'm going to throw him up, I think it was Opinionated UK. They tweeted a couple weeks ago that Central C was supposed to sign with Columbia and was supposed to have a Drake single coming out. I think Drake has a better finger on the pulse than most artists here in the US. He knows when something's popping off or there's something trending somewhere else, and he's going to hop on that wave just to get a little bit of their fire, you know what I mean, sustain his run. And it makes all the sense in the world for Drake and Central C to put a record out soon. Central C just put something on his story playing a Drake song. Might not mean anything, but now after seeing Columbia post that Central C is on the label, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a Drake single coming with Central C. Santan Dave, I think that doing Split Decisions with Central C made a lot of sense, right? I think Central C has a more global audience. I feel like he's more mainstream and pop than Dave was, and I think that gave him and his numbers a boost for sure. And it's reported that he potentially could be coming out later this year, and I'm excited for that. Out of all of them, I think Dave is probably my favorite rapper personally, the artist that I listen to most. I think he's the most talented as well, right? He produced Toxic Trait with Stormzy and Fredo that just came out. I think sonically he understands how to put a cohesive body of work together. We're All Alone in This Together has been one of my favorite albums for the last couple of years, for sure. I feel like I know the entire thing start to finish. Stormzy dropped in the fall, This Is What I Mean. He dropped in November, and that wasn't a rap album, but it was a sign that he was back outside. And with him putting this new record out recently, also produced by Santan Dave, I think that his next release is going to do way better than the last one, just because even though it was a great album and I loved it, he's known for rap. And I think that now that he has signed his deal with Universal and they're going to be plugging him in a lot of different spaces, I think his numbers are going to get a huge boost. Little Sims's No Thank You was one of the best rap albums of 2022. It is my favorite rap album of last year, and I've been bumping it for the last 6 months. And while she might not be a numbers darling, or the numbers might not be as high as the other names I'm mentioning, I think that she raps a lot better than anybody in the US, you know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of people in the UK who lyrically are way better than what we're seeing in the US. Looking past the numbers, when I'm just looking at lyrical ability and just the quality of music, the top of the heap in the UK, the artists I named earlier, whether it's Little Sims, Central C, Santan Dave, Stormzy, I would throw Heady One in there. I like Nux a lot. Quang Face I've been listening to a lot. I just feel like they haven't really missed for this first part of the year. And earlier, a couple months ago, I already talked about how hip-hop is on the decline. This is the first time hip-hop hasn't had a #1 song or album to start the year in I don't know how long. And I think that's an indicator of what's going on in hip hop right now, right? It feels like it's almost dying off or spiraling and becoming a niche or a subset of rap, right? I feel like for the longest time, hip hop was, if you wanted to make it in rap, you had to make it here. But now I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way anymore. I think a lot of superstars, even outside of rap, are popping up in different parts of the world, right? You have a Burna Boy who's selling out 60,000 people in the UK. He's doing stadium tours in the US. You have a Central C who has become a streaming superstar and has signed with a US label to a reportedly major deal, right? I'm just really excited about what's going on in the UK right now, right? I'm supposed to be going to This Is What I Mean Day in August in the UK to see Stormzy perform. Nux is supposed to be performing. Kehlani is supposed to be performing. Western Season is going to be performing. Not Western Season. Western is going to be there, and there's more surprises on that list. And with Stormzy just releasing, I'm expecting a lot of big names to be at that festival, and I'm really excited to go. I'm standing on this hill thinking the UK is topping the US in terms of the best music, the best rap music. I'm not ready to die on it yet, but I'm gonna stand here for a little bit. And if you agree with me, let me know. If not, do you think America's music is keeping up with these top artists that are releasing right now? Let me know in the comments.